It's Wrestler. Let me throw down the music. There we go. Um, Gosh, that was oops. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Welcome to Farthest Frontier. Yeah, this is a game that recently came out. Came out earlier this month in August. And it's on its way to a full release. As you can see on the corner, if you can't, this is version 0.7.5. As they're adding things, the game is essentially though complete. Obviously, there are a couple things that they'll add and probably glitches and bugs they'll work out. But currently, it's out, and basically, well, you'll see soon. So you create a settlement, and basically you just go from there, and things are unlocked through the different buildings you build. So we'll go to new settlement, and so there are quite a few options here. There's Pioneer. This is basically where you're not going to have anything like you're not going to have health problems. You're not going to have raiding. You're going to, everything's going to be plentiful. There's Vanquisher. This is basically, I want it to be as hard as possible. Trailblazers, medium difficulty. That's what we're going to go with. There are quite a few different terrains. So there's the valley, there's the lone lakes or plains, there's the valleys, alpine valleys are a lot of fun. Arid Highlands is a bit difficult. Lowland Lakes, yeah. We're going to go with let's see here. We're going with the Aeg Valley just for now, so that you guys can get a accurate representation of what it looks like when you're not getting destroyed. We're not going to do pacifist mode. It stops raiding parties, and that will be important. Master Ford. Do not like that. Gosh. Elysium, yeah. Renault. It's got that. There are advanced things, but we're not going to deal with those right now. So we're going to start. There's a cutscene.
Life can be harsh everywhere, but in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. This wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
Wow. So, oh yeah. So, anyways, the loading times sometimes are a little bit long. I think that's something that they've been improving, though. But yeah, that's the basic premise. It doesn't really specify a country or anything. I think it's kind of a representation of like England, just based on the accent, kind of like the art style. But the point is, you're building from the start. So you finally have found a place where it's like, okay, this is where we're going to do things. So, and such. So, wait for this to load up. Here, cow milk spoils quickly, but cheese can be stored for a very long time without spoiling. Yeah. Okay. We finished scanning the surrounding area, survey the land your villagers have explored, and choose a promising site to construct your town center. It's important to build a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Yep, got it. So, so we got this. And so basically we're just looking at, okay, what's around here. So we got a lot of fruit over here, a lot of resources. My goodness, there's a lot of food and greens over there. Wood, willow bush, yeah. And there's iron ore. Finding lots of food, but not a lot of like clay and things like that. We could do it down here. This is kind of an area. Gosh. No, we will not lag for food. What's over here? This is a lot of wood right here, which is good. We're gonna need wood. Right here might be good. A lot of wood over there too. We're gonna do, I think, right here. We're probably gonna have to build on some resources, but that's okay because there are tons of them around. There's a lot of food. But before we do that, I'm gonna just scroll down here and see what we got. Because down here, there's also a huge forest. Ooh, there's a lake over here. And a big forest. And a lot of food. Tons of food. Okay, we're gonna do it over here actually. So everyone come over here. So you build the settlement and you go like this. Yes, that's the location. So it goes to a screen. It's placed down. And here we are. So they're building that. So we can't really build anything until they're finished. But we can get a few things done. So such as not storage, sorry, resources. So a firewood splitter. That is going to be a critical thing to get. Let's see, you want to do it right there. There. And then you probably want, and then a well, which I did not get the first time, which was a mistake. You want to have a well soon. So let's see. Here, let's put it right next to the firewood splitter, actually. And then there's the harvest resources. That's common in most single games. Let's get to harvesting. You don't want to be too liberal in your harvesting. You kind of want to choose a place that you're going to harvest and harvest there. Are you kidding me already? Gosh. Your citizens can't get rabies. So, anyways, but that didn't happen that time, which is good. And you want to, and stone is something that is paramount to collect as well. So, there's something to be said about, yeah, let's get that. Let's get that right there, actually. Stone. Yeah, there's something to be said about going around prioritizing stone, areas of stone. That's stone too. And you can prioritize resources. For example, I could click on this tree and say, prioritize that tree, and they'll prioritize cutting down that tree. Yeah, same with buildings, construction, buildings, quick prioritize. Let's get some roads going. And what I like about this is you have all these villager professions and such, and you don't have to actually assign villagers to do a job. Like this will open, the firewood splitter will open, and they will be like, yes. Now, you see housing shortage, and I see that. Actually, let's get the hunting cabin going. Yeah, it shows all the resources that are nearby. Where are there actually animals? It's only showing one animal available. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we found it. Yeah, we found this at the spot. Okay, we'll build that. I want to turn around here. There. And then, see, you can't build houses until the, that's done. So, the town center, which is now done. So, also want to build a foraging hut. And the foraging hut. Ooh, perfect. Build there. And, fishing shack. Right. Yeah. Now the fishing shack is actually not like something that you build out in the water. This is a shack where a guy, he gets a pole and he goes out to fish. So we have a housing shortage. Let's get the housing shortage figured out, fixed. So let's see here. I'm took by a road. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah. I have a bit of an OCD streak when it comes to things being built by a grid. So I found that 4 or 5 houses is the sweet spot here for how many houses to house everyone. But the more houses you have, the more likely you are to have people who immigrate, so to speak. So we're gonna go like that, and then gonna put a road down the middle of the houses. Firewood is low, yeah, well don't worry about that, that will be fixed. Why are you unable to work? Oh, because you have no logs. That will be solved. So, do not worry about that. That will be solved rather quickly. Yeah, let's chop down that tree too, and that tree. Now, you don't want to be too liberal about trees. Actually, you need to harvest that resource because it's in the vehicle. Because if you cut down too much nature around like houses, so to speak, well, it's houses actually, mainly just houses. Then the problem that you run into is that the location isn't as beautiful. Now there are ways you can improve that, but those are not ways. There, you stuck in the firewood split with logs. That's a good. There you go. But so anyways, what I was saying, and this is well, we'll talk about food in a minute. So basically, you want to keep the houses desirable. That's how they upgrade later on, and also you want people to be able to live there too. Want to live there. So we got 5 adults, 7 adolescents, no children yet. So 12 of them, all of them, would be fit to work. So and we're building houses. So and they'll do that too. So we got the firewood splitter who's chopping firewood. What are you doing? Oh, they're going to work on this, yeah. I would build a farm. Here's the thing about farms in this game, though. Farms in this game are very, very temperamental. We'll build one here before long, but not in the first year. We need people to be working on other jobs. Our farms, yeah, farms take a lot of work in this game, which makes sense, because farms are not easy work ever. Firewood is low, yeah, I know. And then every place has, you can't just hire as many people as you want. This one you can put another person in by pressing the plus button over here. I'm not going to do that though because it's not needed yet. This way. So yeah, 20 things of work, so to speak. I don't know if it's seconds or whatever. That just appears after they get all the resources. So the hunting cabin will be finished soon. And unlike in other city management games where they magically, they magically find resources. You're just like, like they magically, have an animal all of a sudden. You're like, okay. Um, in this one, you actually see them shoot animals. Now, what I was doing while I was saying that is I was saying exploration points, so basically, I'm just saying these so people go there, and then they turn around. So it's just scout the land up a little bit. This is dangerous because there can be predators, but I need to see what's nearby. So, um, and so let's see here. The housing area is clear, so to speak, to build things. Oh, they're building the foraging hut. That's good. You'll see the hunter at times shoot people, or not shoot people, shoot animals. It's a boar. Wolves and bears are the concern. And so these exploration points, that's not actually a job. These are just if there's a villager who feels like walking out there. So, gosh, let's get some of these houses prioritized. Let's get that house prioritized. There's the forge who will be picking up things. So, this person's let's explore a machine. So you're a fisherman. Sorry, I just have to mark those down so people know don't remove it. So villagers know what's up. So, anyways, not that they don't. It's just you can mark individual ones when they have fruit. See, these have 0, but these have numbers on. So you can also mark those. Your forager has a pretty wide range of things, though. Like all these will be harvested by the forager, and the forager will also go after just mushrooms, birds' nests, and raid their eggs, which is kind of evil, but funny at the same time. See, birds' nests. They'll get eggs. You can actually click on your foraging and see what they're gathering at the time. So foraging greens. Hunting. It won't tell you what they're hunting. It will say about butchering meat. And you only saw one arrow up on those 2 animals. So that will last a long time. And you can move the work areas too. You can click on this and move it to a different area, so you don't have to rebuild the building. Although that probably is something that should be done. So this house has been built. That's good. Let's harvest that rock. So. Now, I could build a road here, but with these trees nearby, it's kind of a toss-up, This road here is, makes sense. There's nothing in the way, and I'll build a road here once the rock is removed. Oh. Guy's fishing. So, basically, this guy will go out. So here you see... Villager count 12, housing count 4. So that's the count. That's how many housing spots we have available. So you see 3 or 4, it pretty much works out for you. The reason I built 6 is at one point, if you have tons of extra housing and you're doing pretty well, and you have enough food, which I'll get to right here, more people will come. Now here's the food. So this is how it does. Months of food in public storage, 6. So that we have 6 months of food. Months of we've lost spoilage over the next 12 months. So it's like, okay, we got 6 months worth of food. We'll probably lose 2 of them to spoilage because we don't have any way to store it that keeps it good. So we got essentially 4 months, and that number will fluctuate from time to time. And then it tells you what time it is here. So it's late summer, moderate temperature and a light breeze. And then here is where it gets into winter and then spring. Well, fall and winter, and so to speak. So So the critical thing right now, since we have a good amount of food, um, and since housing is getting sorted out, is we want to is the thing we want to sort out is housing. We want to get that sorted out. And then when it comes to hunting cabins and things like that, and foraging areas, you want to try and keep those areas kind of pure, which is why I'm doing most of the cutting over here. Um, which is why I'm doing most of the harvesting resources over here, away from the foraging area. So just to just keep why there is there's barely any overlap, if you've noticed. So that's the idea. So gosh, these. And there are times where you'll see people and it will say, like unable to work, and they can work. It's just they just say they're unable to, and you can actually fire them. And I actually have fired people in this game, just been like, like you're not doing your job. You know. I understand there's a housing shortage. We're getting to it. You're so presentation has yeah. So we're at 12, and I have these other houses, but everyone's got a house, which is key. And then you'll see the fisherman if we can find him here. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. So he'll be fishing. So you build a fishing hut here, but it's not actually a dock. This guy will actually wade into the water like so and go fishing. So he's doing he's doing his job. So everyone's doing their jobs. Let's take a look here. So we got storage. So a stockyard is something we need to build to unlock a bunch of other things. But what you want to do here is you want to get a graveyard built too, and you want to build that away from everything. So we're going to build it over here. And I'm going to go too big. Let's make it 600 work. So it doesn't require any resources. They just have to clear the area and build it. And you want to build it as far away as you can. I mean, not too far. But you want to build it a ways away. And this is a good area to build it, a good ways away to build it. And then just build over this way, probably. You want to have it close, but not too close, because it makes people sad, and, especially imagine if you lived next door to a graveyard, Yeah, so we got 16 room, and then we're going to have about 20 here soon, about 24. Each house is 4 units. And then let's see what else here. So a lot of these they need tier 2, like town center. And tier 2 town center, requires 4 out of 8 shelters, but we're going to have 6 soon. A market stall. And 30 population. Now, a market is in the amenities right here. It is right here. But you need to have a saw pit and a storehouse. And to get a saw pit, you have to build a... a stockyard. And to get a storehouse, you also have to build a stockyard. And then you get a saw pit, and then you unlock all these buildings right here, which are critical. There's like a tannery. There's a saw pit. There's a Fletcher. So amass a 4 month supply of food in 6 houses. More people will wait to join. More people who are leaving. So that's why you build the 6 houses. We have plenty of food. Gosh, 5 months of it though. Part of the reason that our food is not doing so well, is going to spoil, is because we don't have enough people to eat it. Actually, that is a thing. Predator sighted. Oh boy. That's where having a hunter is nice. Hunters are very adept at taking out animals. I remember one time I had somebody attacking somebody, and the hunter was returning home, and they took out their bow and just took care of it. So that was fun to watch. So let's see here. Let's build a road. Oh, the house obstructs it. That's okay. That's not a problem. Let's build a road out this way, and we'll build a storehouse right on it. Oh. Oh, I'll put it right there. Now you can pause things in this. You just basically uncheck that. So I'm going to pause the storehouse for now, because I want to get things more situated before I do that. And then another thing that we should build in terms of just resources, and you need these in places because of fires, because fires are a thing, is I'm going to build a well over next to the houses. Now wells up the desirability, so this will help these houses out. So Impending Blizzard. I have not gotten that one before. Temperatures dropping as severe winter storm produce. Has well stocked with fire, but it's cold temperatures require villages for more wood. Heavy snow can cause damage to buildings. Okay, I have never had this problem actually happen. And it's fall. That's going to be happening. Okay, we need to get another guy chopping wood right now. Yeah, prioritize wood. Forget mining stone. We need wood. Prioritize all the wood gathering. I don't care what it takes. New villagers born, 3 new villagers immigrate. Well, that's good. We have more people to work. So, because we need, yeah, prioritize that one too. You know, chop wood basically. And while you're out there chopping wood, explore. So, gosh, we need to, we need to get things built. You guys remember that? Oh my goodness, it's already here. Okay, pause building that. That can wait. Mm. Thought we had 6 new people that immigrated. Oh, we had infinite. Okay, so 4 new people. Means we still have an empty house, or fairly empty. Well, we got 15 people, right? Yeah, and we got 24 capacity, so. Now you see smoke coming out of the foraging, hunting, and fishing. It's because the people who actually work there live there. They have a home here in town, but they live there basically, like full time, I guess. Yeah, I'll take 6 people. Okay, we need to build more houses. Boy, refilling up quick. Yeah. So, housing. Oh, I know what a bustling market would do. Okay, we're going to pause 2 of these houses on either side. And because we need people to be... It looks like we got wood coming in and firewood being chopped, so that's good. So we got tons of people cutting wood here. Got people chopping wood like crazy because it's cold. Is this person ice fishing? Going. I think he might be going home. Chop wood like crazy people. He's been fishing over here. So I haven't had an impending blizzard, but as you can see, it's late winter. And it tells you when the seasons change over. I think think I'm okay with the amount of firewood I have, but because we haven't gotten, we haven't seen a considerable drop in the supplies or anything like that. So I think we're going to be okay. They're building over there. And I think I'll unpause those houses and that stockyard. Oh, and the graveyard was built. 192 spots, okay. Completely forgot about that. I think we'll unpause the stockyard, those two houses, once the year turns or the weather turns too, because the year turning doesn't mean the weather will turn. But it looks like things are starting to kind of thaw out. Yep, spring is upon us.